Thanks so much for being here.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Battles.
So as we talk about purpose, we're talking about our whys. Why did I play? Why do I practice, right? Now we're starting to talk about our relationships, now that our careers are over. How do we start thinking about why are people in our lives?
Yeah, so there's a few ways to think about why people are in your life. One way is to have a servant attitude, which is how can I benefit them? What can I do? Who can I be to support them and what they're doing? And also think of it on the flip side of, what are they doing to support me and help me where I'm going? So when you think about, those who are surrounded you, we've all heard a few times, your network is your net worth. And we've also heard that you are a combination of the top five people you surround yourself with. And that is very true. So when we think about why people are in our lives, you have to assess other areas in your life that circle around purpose and make sure those folks align with what you're trying to accomplish, what you're trying to do, and ultimately who you want to be as a person.
So as we start to evaluate the relationships in our lives, depending on where you grow up, sports is interesting because it gives you access to a lot of people. Other people naturally want to be around, but they actually want to be around you. So that the tables are kind of turned a little bit. What are some questions that a person could ask when they find themselves in that room? They're thinking of, this is what I'm interested in as a person. And this is somebody, so say it's, I don't know, say you're at an event and Elon Musk is there. And you're incredibly fascinated with solar cars, right? And electric cars and his entire field. Could you give us 3 icebreakers, 3 questions to get out of your own head, to go over there and open your mouth?
Absolutely. So something that always, gets the energy up is to find out what somebody is excited about. So, hey, Elon, what are you working on right now that has you just through the roof that you're so excited about? Tell me about that experience. It's also important to keep in mind, this is just a general thing when you're having a conversation with someone, is to ask those open-ended questions. So how and what questions? So again, what are you excited about? And people love talking about themselves. So, if you see someone that, you are fascinated with, they will tell you some things that are going on that are just great for them. Another one is, how can I help? So again, being inquisitive is always a great way, but finding out how you can support someone. For one, people don't always get asked that question. So they may be like a little thrown off, like, what do you mean how you can help? Like, I don't even know you. Like, you may not even be in my sector. But again, because people love talking about themselves and the project they're working on, that gets you to open up about not what they're excited about, but what their problems are. So if they need help with something, it could be something that they have a challenge with. And if that's the case, and if you understand what those challenges are, you can put yourself in a place where you're uniquely positioned to be a resource to them. So first one is, hey, what are you excited about? Second one is, hey, how can I help? What are some of the things that you're having challenges with? Those things can go together. And the next one, if they are working on something that you are fascinated with, what are your recommendations? How do you recommend that I get started in this space? So you're asking for their feedback. You're getting them to open up to you and to tell you sound advice. And this gives you a key to follow up with them. Because when you follow up with them, you can say, hey, Mr. Musk, thank you so much for your time. I really enjoyed connecting with you. I really took heed to what you said about what I can do to get started in this area. And this is what I've done to, take action on that. And people really appreciate and value that because then they know that you are listening to them. Yep.
Okay, so what are some of the downfalls? What are some of what are some of the penalties, right? If a person doesn't expand their network, if they don't start on purpose finding those that are like-minded to them or with them.
Yeah, you get stuck. Greatness, and this as an athlete, right? If you have ever played sports, you know that greatness comes outside of your comfort zone. It comes when you are doing something that is extra, above, and beyond. It's the same thing with meeting people. It's the same thing with expanding your network. So to answer your question, you know, if you get stuck with, you know, the people, again, not to just say like socioeconomic neighborhoods, but if you get stuck with those just who are around you and they're not expanding their networks and they're not expanding their knowledge of what they want to do, you limit yourself and you limit the horizon to what you can be exposed to and opportunities that are available to you. You know, you may be in love with your sport, whether it's soccer, tennis, football, basketball, badminton, whatever it is. But, you know, let's say you're interested in tech. If no one in your space is interested in tech, you better go to the next tech conference. You better go to the local association, local meetings, find out who the power players are, because if you don't, you'll never be exposed to that. So really, if you don't get out and expand your network, you're limiting yourself and you're keeping yourself small when really your potential can expand beyond what you even seen for yourself, but you wouldn't know that because, you know, not to say that like your circle isn't great, because you could have like a great, you know, circle of human beings around you, but you wouldn't know if you didn't go and meet other people.
So in closing, what do you think are probably the top 2 or 3 takeaways to having relationships on purpose?
Having relationships on purpose. It's a resource. Just how we think of, you know, money as currency, as a resource, people are the same. It's the exact same thing. And just the way the old saying goes, your network is your net worth. That is true. The people you surround yourself with, those are the people who are going to help you, you know, either help you get to or help you fall. So you need to surround yourself with people who are going to help you get to the next level and where you want to be. So I would say some top 2 takeaways. Get out there, meet new people, find out who are doing the things that you want to do, who's doing it well. Not even, and when I say who's doing the things, I don't even mean that in a way of like career. I mean that if, you know, somebody's like living a lifestyle that you know, you absolutely love, you see someone's happy, find out the things that they're doing. What are some of the daily habits they have and how can you introduce those things into your life? And also find out who they know and who they can connect you to, because just because, you know, if you run into Elon Musk, it's very unlikely that he has time to just kick it with you, but he may have some other recommendations for you. So, you know, even if there's someone that you can't get directly tied to, ask for the recommendations of who else you can be connected to that can, you know, help you be who you want to be and live your life on purpose.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Good stuff.